9 ways a woman greets you when she really likes you. Tell me this, do you ever get nervous around the girl you like? It's pretty normal. Your heart starts beating faster, maybe you start to sweat a little bit. It can be hard to think clearly. If this is you, you're not alone. Pretty much everyone does that. However, this makes it really difficult to know how she feels about you. It's hard to be able to discern. Thankfully, all it takes is a little know-how about female body language and how women think, and you'll feel like a pro in no time. This is a skill that can definitely be learned. That's much better than feeling worried and lacking confidence, right? Understanding what people are feeling is a skill that we can learn, and when you learn it, love and understanding women becomes a million times easier. So I'm about to reveal 9 specific ways she'll greet you when she really likes you. As we dive in, for those who are new here, welcome. My name is Melannie. I'm a Christian dating coach for men and your go-to source to learn how to find the love of your life, an authentic, deep connection, and keep that love permanently. No mind games, no tricks, because they don't work. So make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. Let's dive into the first way women will greet you when they like you. Number 1 is that she'll look like she wants to talk to you. Have you ever walked into a room and you kind of see that that person wants to talk to you? This happens with our friends, but this certainly happens when somebody's attracted to you. She's hoping that she gets a chance to interact with you. And so if you just walk in the room and you notice that you have her attention, she's looking like she wants to talk to you, that's a big deal. There's a big difference between, oh, hey, how you doing? Versus, hey, and wanting to interact with you. Makes sense, right? If she looks like she wants to talk to you, that is a very good sign. Number 2 is that she holds your gaze a little bit longer. If somebody walks in the room, it's pretty normal to just look at them, or if somebody's looks like they're approaching you, you can just, oh, hey, smile, whatever it is. But if that gaze is intentional and she holds it maybe a little bit longer than she needs to per se, this is a sign that she's trying to connect. There is power in the simple things when it comes to body language and honestly the rest of life. When we're thinking, hey, I want to interact with that person. That person matters to me. We're naturally going to want to hold a longer gaze with them. So if it's just oh, hey, hi, that's not necessarily a sign. But if it's a longer gaze, take that as the sign it is. Don't just overlook that. The third sign is going to be super obvious to some and not remotely obvious to others, and that is why I include it, okay? This sign is that she hugs you when she sees you. This is a very common way for women to, whether she recognizes she's doing it or not, this is a common way for her to help break that touch barrier and to show you that she cares about you and that she feels close to you. You matter to her. Now, I will say, try to see if you are the exception. What I mean by this is, does she just hug everyone when she sees them? If she hugs everyone, there is obviously still a chance that she likes you, but that sign is kind of hard to read with her because it's something she does with everyone. But if you notice that this is something she reserves only for people who she's very close to or just for you, now this is a very good sign of attraction and interest. Something I teach my clients in my academy is that there are certain rules, certain guidelines to follow when you're reading body language that help you make sure you're reading the signs accurately. And this is one of the best ones, to just pay attention and see if you're the exception. Again, even if she's just a huggy person, that doesn't by default mean she doesn't like you, even if she hugs you. It just makes it much harder to tell. Okay, this next way women will greet you when they're interested in you, when they really like you, is body language 101. This sign is that she smiles big and has open body language. We do this when we are open to the other person, when we want to interact with them. There's a big difference between, hey, how's it going? Versus, hey, how are you? If she's got a big smile, if her body language is open and inviting and warm, that is a huge huge sign of interest. Another fun thing about this sign is that it really applies even when you're not just greeting her, but just in your interactions with her. Body language comes down to gut reaction. Some people are like, why is she playing these games? She's not. I mean, some might be, but why hang out with toxic people? Instead, body language is a gut reaction. I want to talk to him. Oh my goodness, he's here. I'm so excited. Versus, hey, how's it going? And you just don't really want to talk to them. So there's a different physical reaction to that, whatever feeling you have. And so if when she's interacting with you, she's open and warm and friendly and smiley, those are very good signs that she really enjoys being able to interact with you. And by the way, since we are on the topic of signs a girl likes you, would you like to know even more signs? I have a free guide for you with even more signs that she likes you and she's just desperately waiting for you to make a move. Can you imagine how cool it would be if the girl you're crushing on really liked you and was just waiting for you to make your move and you could tell just by the way she interacts with you? Yeah, I know. It would be amazing, right? That's why I put this guide together for you. So I will put a link in the description below and a link in the pinned comment. Make sure you download that guide and go through it. The signs are pretty incredible. And as you start learning them and understanding them, it becomes very automatic to read the signs. So the more familiar you are with them, the better. So again, there's just a link in the description below and a link in the pinned comment. So the next way a woman will greet you when she likes you, when she's interested, is she walks over to you and starts talking to you. So let's say you enter a room and she goes out of her way to come over and talk to you. That's a huge sign. Or let's say maybe you're not in a room, maybe she just sees you coming and she walks towards you as well and starts talking to you. If she's showing that proactive effort to want to get closer to you, to want to start talking to you, that is a huge sign of interest. This is not something we do with people we're not particularly interested in talking to, but it shows that you're worth the effort. And certainly women who are more confident, maybe a little bit more bold, are definite, or once she gets to know you well enough, it's very, very much a thing women will do where it's like, hey, I want to go talk to him. And this leads us right into the next sign, the next thing women do when they greet you and they like you. This sign is that she will start talking to you. She will start asking questions, trying to start a conversation, trying to keep the conversation going. If you don't want to talk to someone, you're not going to ask a lot of questions. You're not going to try to keep the conversation going. But if you really want to talk to that person, you really want their attention, you want to interact with them, you want to get to know them better, maybe you want to flirt a little bit, you are definitely going to ask questions and try to keep the conversation going. So if when she greets you, she starts talking and creating conversation, asking you questions, take that as a sign of interest and connection, because that's what it is. Honestly, the last two signs are huge, and you want to make sure that you have the conversation skills to increase her attraction for you, to create a deeper connection. You have this opportunity. You want to make sure you rock it. Conversation skills are some of my favorite things to teach my clients in my academy because they apply to every stage of the relationship. And so one, you're going to feel more comfortable and confident. And two, that attraction, that connection is going to be so much more automatic and magical. So when you have an opportunity like this, make sure you're using it, you're taking advantage of it, and really increasing that attraction and connection. Okay, the next way women will greet you when they really like you. This is another sign that some are going to think is super obvious and some are not. That's why I included it. This sign is that she's going to tell you that she's really excited to see you. Now, the reason why some people don't recognize this as a sign is because it's probably going to be super casual. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see you. Versus, I'm so excited to see you. You know, it's not going to be like some kind of weird, cheesy romance novel. It's just going to be, hey, I'm so excited to see you. If she is expressing that she's excited to see you, take her word for it and understand that there's a reason why she's so excited to see you. Now, obviously, keep things in context. You know, if it's the pizza delivery boy and he shows up, she's excited to see him because, you know, he's delivering her pizza on time. But if instead she just greets you with letting you know how excited she is to see you, that is a big deal. The next sign is a little bit painful, just because we've all been there. This sign is she might get really nervous. She might act a little bit clumsy. She might stumble on her words. This is obviously, you've probably experienced it, very common when you're attracted to someone and all of a sudden you don't know what to say and your brain freezes and you're like, oh no, now what do I do? So sometimes people will think, oh wow, she's acting like that. Maybe she just like hates me. Maybe she feels really awkward around me. And sometimes it's honestly just because she does feel awkward around you, but it's because she really likes you. This is again where those good conversation skills come in, understanding how to build the rapport and the connection help a lot because it can put her at ease. But do be aware that if there's a girl, especially if like she doesn't act awkward around other people, but she does act awkward around you, unless you've been really rude to her, which most likely hasn't happened. But unless you've acted really rude to her, there's probably a reason why she feels awkward around you, and it's probably because she can't breathe, boy. And the next telltale sign that she likes you when she greets you is that she blushes. Sometimes we forget to pay attention to the blush, but blush can certainly be there when somebody's giving you those butterflies, when you can't breathe, you can't think straight. And so if you notice that she blushes when she greets you, that is a good sign of attraction. That is a very good sign of attraction. Let's do a quick recap of all these signs. Before we do, I do want to remind you to grab that free guide while you still can. It's 13 signs. She is waiting for you to make a move. These are things, these are life-changing, okay? I love having this guide for you. So there's a link in the description below and a link in the pinned comment. Open a new tab, do that, and let's do our recap. Number 1 is that she looks like she wants to talk to you. You know that feeling when you walk in a room and you're like, oh, my bestie wants to talk to me? Yes, if she wants to talk to you, you're going to see a similar look. Number 2 is that she holds the gaze a little bit longer. Number 3 is that she hugs you. Try to pay attention to see if you're the exception here. That's a much better sign than if she just hugs everyone. Number 4 is that she smiles and has open, warm, inviting body language. Number 5, she walks over to you and starts talking to you, whether it's in a room full of people or she just walks towards you to meet you as well. If she's walking over and trying to initiate conversation with you, that's a big deal. And that leads us to number 6, which is that she asks questions. She tries to start a conversation and keep the conversation going. Number 7, she tells you she's excited to see you. It's going to most likely be very casual, but don't overlook it. It's a key giveaway. Number 8, unfortunately, she might get a little clumsy, stumble on her words, and act a little awkward. And number 9, she blushes. Thank you so much for watching, my amazing friend. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate your feedback. And a huge thank you to everyone who's so generous with the super thanks. Thank you. Thank you for supporting my content and helping me to continue to bring wholesome dating and relationship advice to the world. I really appreciate your support, so thank you. Whether you've ever used the super thanks before or not, if you would like to continue to see wholesome dating and relationship advice, consider using the super thanks, and thank you. If you have a friend, please share it with him. Thank you so much again for watching, my amazing friend, and have an amazing day. Let's dive in with the first way. This is a very common thing women will do when it's like, oh my goodness, gotta give you a hug, because reasons. Lots of reasons. Okay. Now put this with the sign we talked about of her looking like she... Oh, wait. All right. The next way women might greet you when they really like you is a little bit painful just because we've all been there. And this sign is she may become really awkward. She may not know what to say, like me right now. All right, secret end of the video club. How you doing? Good. So I came prepared with a word today. I tried something new. I really enjoy quinoa lately because I really like grain bowls. And I was using rice, but I switched to quinoa because I think it's a little healthier, but it also just tastes really good. And I know that this is way more information than you wanted, but I'm going to finish my story now because I started. And so I've been eating grain bowls with quinoa. And today I decided to put some turmeric. Do you say turmeric or turmeric? I say turmeric, but I kind of think turmeric sounds better, but I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Anyway, that's our word for the day. I put that in with the quinoa and it tasted really good. So whether you say turmeric or turmeric, put it in the comments as our special word. And you're welcome for the extra facts that you didn't care about. You know, I just thought I'd throw those in free of charge. If you are new here, at the end of the video, we always have a special word that only we know about, those of us who watch to the end. I mean, I don't actually watch to the end, but, you know, I last until the end. I think I should get credit for that. So we always have this special word. You leave that word, and it's just like this secret club nobody else knows about. So thank you for being here. Thank you for commenting, and never forget that you're amazing. I feel like I just rambled that whole thing on for like 5 minutes. Sometimes you just need a little healthy rambling minute where you just ramble. Okay, I'm done now. Bye.